Hey guys, good morning and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. One of my really good friends, Dave, just bought a brand new electric Chevy Silverado. And I have a bunch of different questions about why. First of all, there's such a good value in the used market. Why didn't he go used? The second thing is, why did he go for the specific spec of truck that he did? You see, Dave owns a roofing company here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. If anyone ever needs like a super high quality roof, Dave's your guy, Alpine Roofing. And he bought a truck. He wanted to get a truck for his top sales guy. And, you know, I think it's really cool to follow stories of vehicles that will be either accumulating high mileage over time or those in a working environment. And his sales guy's driving 200 to 300 miles per day. I mean, he's on the road nonstop. So Dave will walk you through why he went for the Silverado EV for him, how he's kind of thinking about maybe keeping it for himself. And I think it's always fun to share ownership testimonials on this channel. And because Dave bought a brand new work truck, it's technically an LT, it's not a work truck, but a mid-spec Silverado, of course he's going to let us use it and test it. What a cool guy, and run it through all of our range and charging and 10% challenge and all of that. So it's a vehicle you'll see regularly on the channel for some updates. So let's get with Dave and he'll tell you the full story about the Silverado. I rolled up to the barn the other day and he was there with the truck and I'm like, dude, let's film a video. And this is it. It's a sort of impromptu but fun story for you guys. You'll love Dave as well. Thank you to our sponsors for today's video: Eaton, Ionna, InfyPower, and Nokian Tires. This video is brought to you by Ionna, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Ionna is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave. This video is also brought to you by Eaton. Eaton is a one-stop shop for implementing reliable and innovative EV charging infrastructure at your site. Across all applications, Eaton's EV charging infrastructure, hardware and software, gives you the scalability, flexibility, and intelligence you need to charge today and scale up tomorrow. Learn more at eaton.com/EVCI. InfyPower is the largest EV charger module provider with over 3 million power modules running reliably worldwide. Their latest G2 collection features ultra-high power density and efficiency for EV charging and energy storage integration. And Nokian Tires, a leader in safety and sustainability. The latest generations of Nokian Tires products come with the Electric Fit emblem that certifies they're a seamless fit for electric vehicles. And most of those all-season and all-weather tires come from Nokian Tires' award-winning factory in the United States. Learn more at nokiantires.com/EV. Hey Dave, good morning.
Good morning, Kyle.
So, dude, you got yourself a new truck. I want to talk to you all about this thing, why you decided to go with the Silverado electric. Before we get into that, tell me about your EV history, because you are not new to electric cars.
Not new. I think 2 years ago, I bought the Chevy Bolt, and I bought the kind of a baseline version of it. I liked it a lot. I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. So I wanted then to get the Super Cruise.
So this one's got the Super Cruise.
This one has the Super Cruise.
Nice, fully spec'd.
It is a little bit of a sort of Super Cruise light, right? Because it doesn't update maps and it doesn't update a lot of stuff. But it's really cool. My wife has carpal tunnel, and so that we can get on a highway and she doesn't have to have a death grip on the wheel. Is really cool. I mean, like, it really makes a difference for her hands.
That's a really good point. And, you know, the Bolt's a great car. We have a lot of Bolt fans on this channel. And, you know, in general, they don't necessarily charge very fast or anything, but you primarily charge at home and they have plenty of range, right?
Yeah, I've got a home charger. You know, we at 80% charge, I think we have like 185, 190 miles. I have a charger at work. And so I'm just kind of, you know, I just keep it plugged in and I don't have to go to the gas station, and I get enough miles for me to do what I do, right? I've got a salesman that is going to put a lot more miles on it, and I was like, oh, it doesn't quite work. It needed to have another 25% range, and I just started going, maybe I need to put him into something with more range and something with a pickup truck.
Yeah, fitting. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about what you do for work? Because you're based here in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Yeah, I have a roofing company. We primarily do residential roofing. We have a lot of sort of upscale customers that do a lot of solar. They also have Teslas, they have Rivians, they have whatever. Lots of EV guys are our customers. And I just kept watching them, whatever they're doing. I'm like, well, I kind of want to join in on that crowd. I mean, I like the idea of being able to harness solar and not have to burn fossil fuel.
Totally.
And so, I don't know, I just, well, I started talking to you a little bit, and I drove this a couple weeks ago, or not a couple weeks ago, about a month and a half ago, and I put one on order just before the tax credits went away.
That's right. You kind of did that whole lock in the deal type situation to hold the tax credit.
And luckily the dealer, even though this was sitting on the yard, they ended up holding it for me for about 5 weeks. So very kind of them. I really like the truck. It's the mid-range package, right? I don't know if it's called extended, but not the super range.
Right. They have extended and max, both which mean lots of range, but it's the 170 kilowatt hour 20 module pack.
Yep. It's a really nice driving truck. I've been a Chevy guy. I love I got a Chevy 2500 heavy duty.
Right. I've driven that truck. It's great.
Diesel. I've got Chevy work trucks, and I just like the way they drive. I like the way they're engineered, and they've done me pretty good over the years.
So before we get into this truck, first of all, the idea is it's going to be for one of your sales guys.
That's the idea. I'm a little jealous though.
So actually what I pitched to Dave, and maybe in the comment section they can let us know, I said we should get your sales guy like a Lightning or a used Silverado work truck. You keep the nice, new one, and let's see if we can find a super cheap Lightning or Silverado. Still a nice truck.
Right.
But I'd love to see, sort of that value, because, before we tell everyone the price on this truck, new electric trucks are not cheap.
Not cheap at all. I mean, Michelle, my wife, had a little heart attack when I told her what the monthly payment was.
Yeah, exactly. They get really expensive. And what I'd love to showcase is kind of, to a business, obviously you're doing it, you offer a premium roofing company to a premium clientele, you want to drive electric, but I'm really excited for the days when electric is actually the cost-effective choice.
I'm thrilled. I mean, it's getting there, right? It's taken a while. I know that this is not the truck if I want to pull big trailers long distance, but that day is coming. It's coming, and it comes because all of us are on the forefront and doing a little bit, and the goalposts, it moves each year, which is, it's just phenomenal.
So why did you go for a brand new Silverado over a Rivian or a Cybertruck or a Lightning?
Well, Cybertruck, I just think they're god-awful ugly. I mean, they're a little pretentious, and it's just not my style.
Absolutely.
And so I need, again, my style is kind of to be nice, but not to be over the top.
Right.
I've loved Chevy. I love how a Chevy drives, right? But I had a Tahoe, 2001 we bought it. We sold it with 275,000 miles on it. And that's the way it's been with all my trucks. We keep them till they're just about dead, and then we still sell them for something.
Right.
So Chevys, I think they're producing a very nice vehicle, but it also drives a little bit less like a truck and more like a car.
Totally.
And if I have my wife driving it, again, the wheel can't be heavy. It's got to have minimal road shock. And I just like the way that the Chevys drive.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you know what? This thing, because it's so heavy and honestly very well tuned and very well engineered, this drives amazing. I mean, it's built on the same thing as that Escalade right there, and they drive very similarly.
Well, I'm jealous of the Escalade, because this does everything I need it to do, except if I were to keep it, I didn't get the Super Cruise.
That's right.
And I don't know. It makes it hard, but I have envy for the guy that's going to be driving this thing. It's a really nice vehicle, but I think but you add into it, I just did the math, at 150,000 miles, if you're changing the oil every 5,000 miles. It costs $75 or $80 to change it. You're going to spend $3,500, $4,000 in just oil changes over that lifespan.
You probably never have to replace the brakes on this because of regenerative braking.
Right.
The list goes on, and I can't wait to follow the story with this truck. Maybe yearly updates we'll do with it and see how it holds up. So let's talk about the truck. First of all, Silverado EV. When I first looked at this, I thought it was a work truck actually, because when the work truck variants first came out, they were on these wheels and they were only white. The only difference is they had a gray or sort of plastic front hood area. Yours is the LT version, which is the one up from the work truck.
Right. And I was kind of looking for a work truck, but honestly, I've got a super good guy that's working for me, and it's like, look, if I get the LT, he deserves it. He's a good guy, hard worker, bringing in lots of revenue. He deserves to go in a little bit more style than a work truck.
Yeah,
right?
Sure, makes sense. And this definitely does look way nicer than the work truck up front, just having that painted surface area here. It's a little bit less basic. Now the work trucks come on steelies, which is hilarious. You've got the nice alloy under here. And is it a 25 or a 26?
26.
Nice, cool.
A little bird told me if I was going to get one to get a 26.
Yeah,
so
they kind of dialed them in a little bit.
It's a pretty cool, it's got a lot of features that I don't even know about, but I know it'll be fun to dive into that.
Well, and we should actually later on in this video go through the entire setup process as well. Now I'm looking to see where the front trunk releases on this thing.
I think it's in the cab.
So yes, there is one, at least in the Escalade, there's one right here. And I'm trying to remember on the other Silverados if there is one. It might only come on the Sierra. So yeah, you can definitely hit the button there.
Where's the button?
Should be right up in this string of buttons right down there. Oh dude, this thing's got a nice interior.
No, yeah, it's a leather interior. Yeah.
It's not like the vinyl seats. So it's actually got cooled seats or just heated seats?
I think.
We'll take a look at the software in a bit. You got 50 miles on this, dude.
I mean, I just picked it up last night. Hey, this is really cool though for my salesman to have this kind of a bed that stuff's not going to get wet. It does balance out some of the detractors from the other side of the truck.
I definitely want to talk about the issues with the bed that you're running into here, because I totally agree. There are some problems with this truck. This is interesting. I don't exactly know what's going on with this
I bet
whole
you that's
thing.
my jack, is it not?
It could be. Let's pull these off. Let's see what's going on. 'Cause this is new. They used to have the spare tire kit here, but it didn't look like this. Wow, they make you spin these suckers around so much.
My kids will be in high school by this time.
All right.
Yeah, there's your.
That's one way to do it.
There's your jack.
All right, well, we'll close that up later on. You have the included EVSC that came. So Dave, while we're opening this up, tell everyone what the deal was on this truck. What did you pay for it?
So it was 72 and some change, 72,000 and some change.
That's the MSRP of it?
Yep. Well, that's the deal that I paid at the dealership.
Oh, okay. What was the sticker on it?
I have no idea. I don't ever look at the sticker. I'm sorry. I just go, what am I going to get it for? That's all that matters.
51 grand and they charge you 20 over. Hold on, let me see if I can find it in here, because I'm really, it's been a minute since I've dug into the Silverado thing. Yeah, here's the window sticker right here. Let's take a look. This thing is $75,000 for honestly a lightly spec'd truck. That is a lot of money.
That's a lot, right?
That's a it wasn't, even 10 years ago, 75 grand would get you a Denali top spec, whatever.
Right.
And now we're talking about LT.
LT, yes.
So the prices have gone up, but you got a pretty good deal because you paid, what was it again?
So I paid the 72, and then of course, that's really what I did, but I got the $7,500 tax rebate for businesses. You don't get to collect it at the time of sale. You have to file your taxes and get it.
Right.
And if you were a homeowner buying this, yes, you could have taken it off, but now that has sunset, unfortunately.
Right, totally. So that's interesting. I'd be curious to see what the viewers think below. I still think, Dave, as you get more trucks that are electric, because it would be great to see, you've got a lot of vehicles for your roofing company.
We do. We have primarily a 2500 diesel. with a flatbed on the back.
Yep.
That's my primary work truck right now. And you know, I could have put one of my salesmen in that truck, but damn, the amount of diesel you burn,
Yeah.
and the expense of the truck, because now that's no longer an $80 oil change, that's $150.
Right.
And then every other one, you're replacing the fuel filter, another $150. I mean, like, it on the diesel side, if you're going to be doing it, you need to be towing.
Right.
It's a towing truck, right? Not a cruise around truck.
Totally. And so, you know, I think it would be really cool to follow as you outfit your fleet to electric. I mean, you've already kind of done it with a couple bolts.
Yep.
But now you've got the range with this thing. So let's talk about that range and charging and long distance capability. This is the 170 kilowatt hour, roughly 20 module pack. Now, you were aware of the big boy 450, 480 mile, whatever it is. Why did you go for this battery versus the total max range?
Well, I think the max range in the time frame that I was looking at it was going to be very difficult to find. I mean, I actually went the last day that the $7,500 tax credit was available. I had to find a vehicle that somebody was going to hold for me. There was a bunch of stuff, right?
Right.
And the guys at the Chevy dealer were really good. And I was like, okay, 410, that works. The base model would not have worked.
What was the range on that? Like high
I think it
200s?
was, no, I think it was like 350 or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't. You guys gotta have to tell me. I really don't know. This is like 410.
Okay, well, so it's still
at
rated
max
there.
at 100% charge. It's 410.
Yeah, that's good.
But I always figure if we're doing the 80% charge, then we're around 330 or something like that. I haven't done the math.
Because you're not going to full charge this every day.
I'm not. No, we're gonna try to do the 80%.
Yep.
And then of course, you know, if my guy wants to go to the mountains or whatever with his family, then charge it to the 100%. Do it when you need to do it.
Absolutely.
But don't abuse it on a daily basis. At least that's what I've been told.
That's the best way to treat them. And in terms of charging, we've got a couple cool things going on here. I don't know if your truck has the 80 amp onboard charger. We'll take a look at that window sticker again.
Okay.
But if so, we should actually install some high power level 2 stations at your office so that you can do 19.2 kilowatt charging on this truck.
That would be pretty cool.
That would
and
be
then we got to
awesome.
look at how that works with switching it over to a bolt, because we'll be, usually I don't want to do a dedicated charger just for this truck. So can I use that then on the bolt and not damage the battery?
Yes. Yep.
It's all kind of cool stuff. This is all new to me, right? All totally new to me.
We're going to get Dave hooked up. You just got a brand new building, so congrats on that.
Well, thank you.
And we're definitely going to go over and hook you up with some electric charging. So that'll be an upcoming video as well. Because what I like about your story is these are work trucks for you. These are working vehicles in a fleet application. And that's something we don't get much access to. Now, you do have DC fast charging on this. The 2026 Silverado has not been switched over to the Tesla port yet, but they will in the future. You can get an adapter. I'm pretty sure Chevy will send you one.
Okay.
That will let you have access to the supercharger network with this truck.
That would be nice.
And I think the Bolt can get it too.
Because, well, I did drive my Bolt once to Charlotte and back, and we had like 40 miles to get home, and I had about, 1 or 2 miles left to charge, and I'm looking, and all I could find were the damn Tesla chargers, right? Or either a 110 kind of that thing I could get a mile every 10 minutes or something like that.
Totally.
So it freaked me out. So I'm getting new. I'm looking where these charge networks are, but it would be nice to have the ability to charge with the Tesla chargers.
This has it, the charge port's in the native location, and you'll be able to charge, reasonably quickly on the superchargers without issue.
That makes me excited. Yeah.
So back here, we've got an interesting situation because first of all, you've got the multi-tailgate situation. So you can like double hit the buttons, and then you've got the step that comes down. Did you know about this?
I did.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. Like, old guys like me, right? It gets more and more difficult to make it in one shot up there. And I did try a Ford one.
Yeah, with the ladder thing. It's a little clunky.
Kind of clunky, right?
Yeah.
So this is really pretty cool because I can I'm in. How cool is that?
That is sick.
And then
really cool.
Heck, even when you're tailgating, your feet don't have to drag the ground. You can just, like an old man thing, right?
So there's some really cool things going back here before we get into the serious negatives that you're finding. The first thing that I'm super excited about is all this power on board that you have. you can do 240 volt, 30 amp discharge, 7 kilowatt charging. So if Michelle ever runs the Bolt out of charge, you can roll up with this and charge her on the roadside.
And that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So we'll get you set up with all the adapters so that you can charge another car.
Could we just run a cable over to the car on our challenge and just go down the road?
On the road trip challenge? Yeah, just keep a tether going. That's right. Yeah, Dave's going to join for our next big race, which we will be announcing soon. Are you going to bedline this?
Well, we wanted to do one of the toolbox. I forget, what are they called? That where it
Oh,
slides
like a slider?
out.
Yeah.
But I think it interferes with these. But I have to look.
Yeah, with the power ports.
We're limited, right? That's the hard part about this is this now limited and what kind of accessories you can get with this truck, right? And
so it's not the same as a normal Silverado bed.
No, I mean it's got these little wings here, right?
Yep.
And those wings change a lot of it, but maybe the bed is a little bit different too. But you go look. My guy wants to put a truck cab on this thing,
right,
to keep everything dry in here. And I can't find anything. And if I find something, I think it's going to be like $4,500, $5,000, $6,000,
right,
for a normal cab
enclose
cover.
This whole thing.
Right,
That
and that's
seems crazy.
That's the one thing that's like, why would you do that and limit? Or at least Chevy, hey, make one for us, right? That I could order, after the fact, get it painted the same color as my truck, and then I can have it delivered to the Chevy dealer. That would be great.
Now that's something I think Ford got totally right when they did the Lightning, is they kept it an F-150.
Yeah, and that's why I am going to give my salesman the opportunity to either get a used a used Ford Lightning, or this. That'll be interesting to see what he chooses.
Yeah, I guess it determines whether or not you'll keep this, or
that's true.
I think we should still try to find a used Lightning either for your stuff or ours, because the audience is super interested in the Lightnings right now, because you can pick them up used for 25, 30 grand.
So, and my question to you, Kyle, was, I was worried about the range on the Lightning, because I don't know if you can get it with that mid-range pack of 410 miles. And what did you tell me yesterday?
Not possible. So they're 300 miles and realistically 280 on the highway, somewhere around there. And that's with the extended range battery. So that's something Chevy got right here, which is they put big ass batteries in their trucks. The old school Chevy, big blocks, no replacement for displacement, that has now been moved to no replacement for big batteries. And it's awesome. But the other truck manufacturers out there, Rivian, Tesla, and Ford, they put way too small batteries in those things. And you found that in your research too.
Well, yes, I'm like that, range anxiety is a true thing, right? I got this and I'm like, okay, it 265 miles on my Bolt, right? That's great. Well, that's at 100% charge, and that's if you drive it like my grandmother.
That's right.
Right? And so I found all of a sudden, realistically, I'm getting 180 miles. Well, you drive around for a little bit and you're already at 100 miles. You start to then have anxiety about where do I go? Do I get to meet the customer on my time frame, or do I have to stop and charge somewhere first?
Right, and that's the thing. A lot of the guys that are going to be driving your vehicles, you really want them charging at home or at the office. You don't want them out midday, having to stop even for 15 minutes, because if a day is getting hectic, it could get wild. And that's where even this vehicle with the medium-sized battery smokes the other trucks.
To me, this works again at 80% charge. Who knows? Maybe we'll go 85% charge or 90% charge and not totally overdo it, but have a little bit more. But I think even at 80% charge, I think we're going to have more than enough range for our daily. The guys come, he checks in at work, he drives from home to work, plugs it in.
Yep.
We can get 30 miles more range, top it off. He gets home in the afternoon or goes home for lunch, top it off. Just keep a full charge if you can.
And if you did a Lightning, I would say if you're getting a used cheap Lightning, you would just abuse the battery. Just full charge it every day, whatever. You're going to need the range out of that thing.
That's what you told me. But now if it's a $25,000 vehicle,
yeah, who cares?
Maybe you don't feel so bad about it versus a $70,000 vehicle. Totally. Like, I don't want to abuse it.
By the way, is that Copine?
This is Copine.
Hey, Copine.
That is a super cool horse.
She's a
Yeah, she's really cool. She can jump. So Scott's riding Copine.
Scott,
right
you're
now.
getting all the little warm down rides today.
All right, have fun. Inside the truck, we got to go. So I'm
Okay.
noticing you didn't get, first of all, did you do much research before you bought this? Because I feel like we discussed it and then you called us last night, you're like, I bought a truck.
No, I didn't. Like, again, I was like, I had one day to find a vehicle and arrange for the purchase of it to be able to take advantage of that tax credit.
Right.
And that really left me very limited. Plus I was buying this building, plus I'm doing my normal work, right? We are absolutely covered with work right now, which is great. I'm some of the fortunate guys here.
If you're in
I just
North
didn't have
Carolina
time.
and need a roof, shout out to Dave's company, alpineroofing.com.
Yep.
Is that the website?
alpineroofing.us.
.us.
.com taken a long time ago. There's a bunch of Alpine Roofings across the United States.
Okay.
But alpineroofing.us or alpineroofingllc.com.
You know we're not in the Alpine Mountains here.
Well, you know, but what I was going for was the sort of Swiss quality,
That's
right? And at that time I did mostly steep roofing, right? So I kind of wanted it to talk about steep roofing. But now I do lots of very, very modern homes with single ply membranes, and they're phenomenal.
So I think we should do a roofing channel, but that's for another day.
I think so too.
Okay, inside the truck, back seat first. Again, it looks like a work truck from the outside, so you're not stunting on anyone, you're not showing off. But inside, super nice interior materials, heated rear seats. I don't know what the heck this is. Some mat for, I'm trying to think what this would be for.
Could it be mats that were in here? I don't know.
I don't know what that would cover. But then you've got, let's see what's going on here. Can you fold these seats up at all?
Yes, they fold up. They just tilt up.
Oh, okay. You
grab
just
it.
lift them. You got the subwoofer here, so you got the big sound system, which is nice. But no mid-gate folding in this one.
No mid-gate, which I don't know, that doesn't make me sad because I would assume that it's if somebody needs an 8-foot bed, that you have a little bit longer
actually get 10
bed.
feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, so you could put really long lumber all the way through. But I guess that's not what this truck will be used for.
Not encouraging my salesmen to go out and need to haul around 8 and 10 foot material. You should not need to haul around much material if you're a good salesman, right? Sell, sell, sell.
That's right.
Don't do the roofing. We leave that to our guys who are experts at it.
Okay, makes sense. I like it. So you've got tons of room. You know, if for whatever reason, if your salesman decides he wants a Lightning and you end up keeping this truck, you can, plenty of room for the dogs back here. That's exactly what that's for.
And because maybe the subwoofer's there, maybe that doesn't fit there anymore.
Maybe so. Interesting. All right, up front, this is what I was excited about because unlike the work truck, you actually get in the LT model all the big screens and all the big tech. You can hop up in there, Dave. Now, one thing that's different than your Bolt is there's no start button in this truck.
None, and that takes a little getting used to.
Does it? Okay, so I love that. Would you mind unfolding this? Or maybe it's glued together, maybe it's not possible. Let's see what's going on here. Might rip. Yeah, not worth it. Oh, here we go.
Don't tell me no.
By the way, if Dave looks familiar to you, check out the Out of Spec Ranch YouTube channel because you have been helping Scott restore your property.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun with you guys. I'm enjoying helping out when I can.
It's been great. So we've got everything in here. We've got the EV LT. We've got the extended range battery, 8-year, 100,000 mile battery warranty. We've got all the stuff, e-trunk with power hood. You have the Plus package, which comes with comfort and convenience, which are good things to have.
Well, always comforting.
Doesn't elaborate. You've got the multi-flex tailgate, off-boarding power. So that's the big one for me, especially at the farm. If you bring this thing over, you can power whatever.
I mean, that's super cool, right? I mean, like to do all kinds of things. Yes, the farm that you're never without power.
Yeah, you're basically driving a giant mobile battery brick, which is great. You've got the easy lift tailgate, so that's really kind of it. And then you're at 75 grand, which just seems expensive. Thank God they put the nitrogen in the tires, though.
Well, I mean, look, I was going to argue with it, but if anybody's ever gone to a dealership and haggled with prices. It is not fun.
Right.
Right? And I thought I was going to come and have to argue about all. So it had a couple of those extras, and I'm like, it's not a great value. They're going to hold the vehicle for me for 6 weeks.
Right, because you had the building deal going on in the background. There was some timeline, and the dealership really took care of you.
They did. I cannot thank them enough. My normal Chevy dealer said no.
Really?
No, I asked them. I reached out to them. I bought 5 vehicles from them, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we just can't do it because we could sell it." I'm like, "But you're gonna sell it,
right?
And you're gonna sell it to a repeat customer," and they were like, "No, can't do it."
Crazy. I mean, the whole topic of working with dealers versus some of the new guys like Rivian and Lucid and Tesla, where you buy directly from the company, brings up a whole debate topic in the comment section.
Ooh,
but my experience is I much prefer working directly with the company to purchase a car.
Well, I'll tell you, and buying, I've used credit to do it, right?
Yep.
And that was a whole experience. I have a $200,000 line of credit with GM. I said, well, what's my interest rate on these vehicles? Well, that comes from the dealer.
Yeah, why should that come from the dealer?
Why should that come from the dealer? You should be able to tell me what my interest rate is, and because honestly, the dealer then used a different company and not GM. So GM really ought to be looking at it going, we're losing stuff because we're letting the dealers work against us.
So you have a fleet account where you can, hey, go up with them on that, and they were like, no, let's find this outside bank where we can mark up the rate and make some money off your payment.
Right. I know they have to make money somehow, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in knowing what you're buying,
yes,
and it's your choice, not somebody else's. And you know, going into a dealership is a little bit like you're flying blind because they have information that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like to work that way. How much are they making off of selling my interest rate for a higher? Because we started at 10.4% interest.
Jesus Christmas.
And we finished at 6.59.
Which is not great, but reasonable.
It's reasonable,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So, you know, we had to walk away. We had to walk away and come back a day later, even after I had set this whole thing up.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, so hit the brake pedal. That'll fire this thing into life, assuming we have the key on us. No key found.
Oh, it's here in the door.
Oh, okay, now it should fire up. There we go. So you do have heated and cooled seats in this bad boy. So luxury truck here. It's showing 352 miles at 80-something%. I think 400 is optimistic. What does it say? 393 miles at 100. Pretty close.
Well, I kind of go fast every once in a while.
Okay,
yeah.
There we go. You got to break it in somehow. Yeah, very cool. So actually, Dave, what we need you to do on this truck is put about 500 miles on it.
Okay.
Someone. And then I've got to steal it from you.
Okay.
For like 2 days.
Well, we're going to go to Tryon.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive it to Tryon and back, and then you can have it.
Cool. That'll be perfect because we've got to run it through our testing programs, which will be really nice. I haven't tested a 26 mid-range yet.
Okay.
And since you've got one, it's kind of perfect for this. In terms of all of this, we're going to get you hooked up. Actually, because this video is going on, we'll do another video where we do like a first-time setup process.
That'd be cool.
I actually just went through it on the Escalade because we just picked that up. And it was a really interesting thing getting plug-in charge set up. There's a really nice charging station. One of our sponsors, actually, Ionna, has one right down the road from us.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you've been to it yet.
No, I have not.
And we can set it up so you can just roll up, plug in, and it instantly charges. So you don't have to tap and pay.
And
yep.
Yeah.
So you can do that with EVgo and some other providers as well. Love that you got the big screen. This is stuff we're all familiar with. The no Super Cruise seems like a real bummer to me, and I wish they would include that on a $75,000 vehicle.
It doesn't seem like it would. I mean, I think it's only like $2,000 or $3,000 on my Bolt. I think it was $3,000.
Right.
You know, but I had to get the leather seats, so then it ended up being $5,000 or something. But it's like you would think, right? If you put it on every vehicle, it only bumps up the cost a little bit.
Yeah, and now they're charging a subscription fee after a couple of years, so they get the money back at the end. And you know, I get there's supplier limitations and stuff, but when you're going up against Tesla with Cybertrucks that can kind of just drive themselves around, you got to have at least highway lane centering, I think.
Or some decent visual on the vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, just don't make it that ugly.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tesla, I always thought Tesla should come out with a normal looking truck.
Yeah.
Keep that Cybertruck if you want to, but man, it's atrocious.
Yeah, you might be a buyer if it's a real normal working truck.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But that
Yeah.
what do you call that when it the self-driving mode? That is
FSD. You tried it in my Model S.
I tried it in your. Oh my God, it was so awesome.
It's
It was
amazing.
incredible.
You also tried the acceleration in that car.
And well, yes, and it about gave me whiplash. So we'll talk about a lawsuit coming up here. That thing is so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we'll do a video, over the next couple days. I want to get this all set up, try it out, make sure you've got the app dialed in, all that stuff. You did get it in your phone already, right? Did you get it hooked up to your app?
No.
Oh, we got to do that.
This is all new to me. I don't think that any of that comes on the Bolt, or very
That's
little
right.
of it
Bolt
comes on
doesn't
the
have
Bolt.
it. Did you know that Chevy is coming out with a new Bolt? Have you heard about
I
this?
did hear about the new Bolt.
Yeah, it's going to have big range, much better charging, and much better tech.
And what's the price range going to be?
29 grand starting.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, like that my first one was like 30. This one was like 36.
Yep.
And so if you can get big battery, I think it's a great win for Chevy, and it's a great win for us and the environment.
Well, big congratulations on your new Silverado EV. These things, I think, they're selling really well. If you combine the numbers of Silverado and Sierra, they're one of the best-selling electric trucks. Electric trucks in general don't sell that well,
Okay.
compared to combustion trucks. But these are kind of the ones to go for. They've got tons of room, tons of range. And look, the Lightning's cool because there's a ton of accessories for it. So if anyone in the comments knows about how to get a bed cap on this, let Dave know.
Yes, I
Let
would
us
love
know.
it. Or
Because-
any experience with the slide-out toolboxes or tonneau covers.
Yep.
All of that. I mean, like it's a little bit of a nightmare right now trying to negotiate that or
Yeah, sort that all out.
sort all that out. Yeah.
Got it. So definitely let us know about that. I can't wait to follow the story of this truck. It's a truck that will genuinely be used for working purposes, which many of like our vehicles, we get them, like I have a Rivian and a truck. They're just my daily drivers. And we're not really putting that much load on them. But this is going to, it's a sales guy truck, but it's still going to get used.
It's going to get, well, no, it'll be probably putting on 250 miles a day.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right? So, 5 days a week. And then who knows where he decides to go on the weekends. He's going to have two little kids who get a good ride in the back, but how cool it is, if you need to run in and you can leave the environment going,
Yep.
keep them cool. I think it's awesome.
Well, that is really cool. Very nice of you to get your sales guy this truck too. This is a real nice truck as a company vehicle.
He's a good guy.
Okay.
He deserves it.
That's really amazing. And more to come on this. So congratulations, and you've got to get to riding your horse now.
Time to go.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you on another one again soon. More updates coming. Bye-bye.